Hey there, beautiful souls. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a rainstorm outside. In fact, I think I've even heard a little bit of thunder, which is highly unusual for Vancouver Island. Thunder lightning storms don't happen here very often. We do live in a rainforest, so the rain definitely helps everything with the big cedars and everything. We're so desperate for water this year. I welcome the rain, but I was a little bit surprised earlier to hear the thunder, and I'm wondering if we will in fact see some lightning here on Vancouver Island. Anyways, hi there everyone. In case you're wondering who the heck is this woman talking about rainstorms on Vancouver Island, I thought I was here for an energy forecast. You are. All right, let's get to it. Hi everyone, my name is Lee Shanks, aka Intuitive Lee, and I am doing the energy forecast for all of the zodiac signs, currently working on the sign of Aries, and this is for the week of May 19th through to the 25th. All right, let's get to it. So to start with, I am using the Wild Offering Oracle by Tasha Silver. This first card gives you your overarching, I don't know if you can hear that rain, it's incredible. Gives you your overarching energy for the week ahead. And then I'll break it down a little bit further, going to use, oh my goodness, hold on a second. Like, come on, you have to be able to hear that. It is not just raining out there, there's hail coming down. The skies have opened wide up and it's coming down in absolute buckets of rain and hail right now. So I'm very surprised it is not translating through the screen at this time. It's starting to ease just a bit. I had to run because the rain was coming in so hard that I just, through that, found a leak in my window. And I had to run in the house and get a towel, and oh my goodness. So I'm going to have to throw a tarp over the studio until that is repaired because, again, I live in a rainforest. It does rain here, and occasionally it actually rains this hard. Okay, let's get to your reading here, Aries. All right, so the card that I pulled, once again, using the Wild Offering by Tasha Silver, is all about your independence. All right, shown here by that beautiful moth. And it says, the more you learn to feed yourself on the inside and care for the inner child, the more freestanding you become. Help me feed and love this inner child, dear Lord. I love that because if we truly want to take a healing journey and discover who we are in our wholeness as spiritual beings here having a human experience, then we do have to tend to our inner child, have to let them out to play once in a while, and maybe sometimes even reparent them. I don't know if you can see it from here, on my altar, yeah, you can't really see it. I've got some stuff in the way there. But you can just sort of see the top line of white there. That's actually a photograph of me as a child, maybe 4 or 5 years old, living on beautiful Salt Spring Island with my grandparents. And every day that I go to my altar, I look at that little girl and send her some love and appreciation for what she went through and some support and just letting her know that everything's going to be okay. That inner child really, really needs to hear that from me. I know that because that's what I needed as a child, right? All right, let's break your week down a little bit further here, Aries, and see where we're going with the idea of loving your inner child through to independence. That's what we're truly looking for here, right? Is where we can independently feel our way forward in life. Taking on the guidance, of course, that we get from our divine team, our ancestors and loved ones crossed over, our guardian angels, etc., etc., etc. All right? Let's go. Let's see where we're going, Aries, for this week. The beginning of the week, we have strength of vulnerability. Ooh, that's a tough one for a lot of people. I get that. I have such a hard time discerning when am I being open and vulnerable and when am I just sort of spewing my guts out on the table, if you will, right? And because I'm really not sure of the line between the two, I tend to err on the side of caution, which means I don't allow myself to be too vulnerable too often. I have, of course, on this channel, you've seen me before on here absolutely crying over my children, but that's rare, right? And I do want to learn, this one of my goals is to learn how to be vulnerable without oversharing. And because oversharing becomes about ego, right? So anyways, this is strength and vulnerability. You're being asked to do the same. Find that delicate balance between what you desperately need and want to hold private and what you're willing to let others see you experience, feel, and go through in order to, in a way, give them permission to do the same, right? So you being vulnerable gives permission to other people to be vulnerable. I'm hearing myself. Yes, 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 I am. True power lies at the root of a perceived weakness. So people do, in fact, think that being vulnerable is a weakness, but it's not. It's actually a superpower. Think of the strength and courage it takes for somebody to open up and reveal sort of their, deepest, darkest desires, their wants, their dreams, their hopes, their struggles, their challenges. And, we've got a whole bunch of keyboard warriors out there that are really quick to tell people how they're messing up and not, lift and support, which is what's usually being sought when we're being vulnerable. So I need you to be brave and just start to crack it open just a little bit this week, okay, Aries? And then, that's allowing for a metamorphosis within you. And it literally says here, power and strength within our surrender to change, which means that you are truly showing power and strength in being vulnerable. And that vulnerability is what the change is, right? Which, again, takes courage. So it's all good because it's leading to a metamorphosis. And it's going to feel a little bit like caterpillar soup before you get there, before you get your wings. But the journey is always worth it. I promise you that through my lived experiences. And I've had a lot crammed into my lifetime here, and definitely not all of them pleasant. But through it all, I have, in fact, experienced my own metamorphosis, and it's not allowing me to separate these cards. So obviously I have to pick the two for you. So first up, we have women supporting women. Oh my God, a huge pet peeve for me, I'll be straight up honest with you, is when one woman thinks she's in competition with another. Usually it's because they're offering the same services or same advice or whatever the case may be, or maybe one's a mom and one's a stepmom and there's jealousy between them. Whatever the case may be, we are sisters. We are sisters. Trace us back far enough and we come from one mother. We are sisters and we are never in competition with each other, ever. We are here to lift and support each other, work together. All right? So women supporting women. And it literally says here, together we can transcend our individual limitations. You become stronger by helping your fellow woman. All right, you truly do. It does not lessen you, dilute what you're offering, or anything of the sort. You become stronger and better for it. And then your final one is circles. Okay? Circles. And it says, clarity begins in the eye of the storm. So I do get this shift is underway, and it can kind of feel like a little shitty if you forget to add the F and make it shifty, right? And the circle, the clarity, is going to come in the middle of that storm. So while you're transitioning in your metamorphosis here of learning how to surrender, be vulnerable, experience your metamorphosis, again, not going to be easy, not necessarily painless. Learn to support each other. Then what that does is draws everyone together in this beautiful circle of support, which is probably exactly what you're looking for at this time. All right. Now, I do know that this is directed more toward the women than the men, but take from it what you will and leave everything else behind. All right. Blessed be one and all. I hope you have an amazing week ahead. The 23rd is a full moon. Make use of it. Blessed be all. Bye.